Today on the podcast, we're talking about one of the better movies that Pixar has put out in the most recent years. Actually, maybe one of their best of all time. Welcome to episode 4 of the Kevin Talks Movies podcast, and I want to thank you for sticking around through the first 3 episodes. Now we're on number 4. Congratulations, everybody. We've made it this far, and huge accomplishment. 4 episodes of me just talking about movies and stuff. And a bigger accomplishment for you guys, just, listening. Good job, everybody. Keep it up. No, but really, I do appreciate you listening. Anyway, today we're talking about Inside Out from Disney Pixar circa 2012, 13? Let me look it up. 2015. I could have sworn it came out when I was in high school, but I was wrong. I'm old. Okay. So, wow. So, Inside Out. I was kind of interested by it when it came out, just because a lot of people were talking about it, but there's been a long strain of kids movies that freaking suck, really. Sorry, but it's true. So I was hesitant to see it, but it did seem interesting. So I finally got around to watching it 3 years later, and I gotta say, I loved it. It was a great movie. It was fantastic. I think it was probably the best kids movie since Toy Story 3, and that was fantastic. And before that, I would say probably Finding Nemo. And I'm sorry, but Finding Dory didn't live up to Finding Nemo. Not that Finding Dory was bad, per se. It's just that it didn't give me any of the feels that Finding Nemo did, because Finding Nemo really strikes you in the heart. And so did this movie. And that's why this movie was great. Oh my God, this movie was so good. What do I even... Oh my God, I can't... If you haven't seen Inside Out, see it before I spoil it for you, because it really is a good movie. Turn this episode off if you haven't seen it. Go watch it. Come back to this episode. Yeah, so it was so good. It was funny. It was sad. All the characters I felt like were really well written. Especially the emotions. The emotions were really well written. They were really well cast. It was great. It was a great movie. It gave me the feels. I don't know about you, but man. So what's his name? The freaking imaginary friend. I want to say Bozo or something. It was something silly, but as expected, because it's a child's imaginary friend, so of course he's going to be silly, but it was really well done. What was his name? Bozo? No, his name wasn't Bozo, right? His name was Bing Bong. His name was Bing Bong. Yeah, Bozo, whatever. Bing Bong. So yeah, when Bing Bong freaking when Joy and Bing Bong were stuck in that ditch, and Bing Bong hopped off of the cart thing to let Joy freaking reach the top of the cliff without him, and then he was disappearing. Oh my God, that was so sad. Yes, that was sad, but that wasn't really what got me. For some reason, what really got me was when what's her name? The main character. I forget her name. Riley? I want to say. I forget her name. She wasn't the main point of the movie for me. The emotions were the main part of the movie for me. So even though she was the main character, technically, I don't think she was the main part of the movie. But anyways, it was still really sad when after she was about to leave home, and she was about to go back to Minnesota, I think it is, from San Francisco. When she was taking the bus, that was sad. And then when she came over that and went back home to see her parents, and her parents didn't even care. They were just happy that she was home safe, and they gave her a big hug and whatnot. That was sad. That really struck me. That was sad, I gotta say. Fantastic movie. Really, it was great. It was funny in all the right parts. It was sad in all the right parts. It was silly in all the right parts. Every part of the movie made sense, and that's what I appreciate about it the most. You can tell how much thought went into this movie because, seriously, everything makes so much sense. And I feel like all the emotions, the characters that were the emotions, joy, sadness, fear, disgust, anger, they were all really well written for their characters. And I also like to see other people's emotions inside their head and how they were different but the same. That was great. I really loved it. Everything about the movie, fantastic. Great, great, great movie. I highly suggest it. Even if you're not into kids' movies, seriously, it's a great movie. And I may have already spoiled a lot of it for you, but I warned you. I told you, do not listen to this if you haven't watched the movie yet, because I'm going to spoil everything for you. And I told you to go back, watch the movie, then come back to this and listen to it. But no, you didn't listen to me. Here you are. Haven't watched the movie, and you're still listening to this. Well, I got news for you. I spoiled it all. So, congratulations. That's your fault. That's not on me. Anyways, so I give this movie, and this is rare for... I've only seen the movie once, but it was so good I had to talk about it. I give this movie, and this is rare for me, on a first viewing, because normally it takes many, many times of me watching a good movie to realize how great it is. But I am going to give this movie a 10 out of 10. You heard it here first. 10 out of 10, 100%. They couldn't have done it better. Everything was great. The animation, the writing, the jokes, the sadness, did I say animation? The animation. Everything was great about it. I could not pick one thing to fix about it. So it's a great movie. That being said, let's talk about some fun facts about Inside Out. I really need a music cue for fun facts. I'm gonna work on that. After this episode, I'm gonna work on that. So apparently, the bubbly texture of the character's skin cost a lot to animate. Apparently, Joy's fuzziness. It was supposed to be just limited to her, but the producers eventually applied it to every character at the risk of spending way too much on their budget. Ralph Eggleston, the film's production designer, said that they worked on the movie. They worked on the idea of Joy being sort of like sparkly and, whatever. And it got to the point where they couldn't afford to do it. But when Pixar, when some Pixar executives saw it on Joy, they said that it was great and to put it on all the characters. And so, yeah, they did it, even though their budget went through the roof. But they apparently found a way to make it work. And, that's what great filmmakers have to do. And yes, even though it is a cartoon, it is a film. So, So the newspaper, The Anger, reads headlines about... Oh, yeah. So the newspaper, The Anger, reads in the movie, the headlines on the newspaper is about what's happening in Riley's day. That's awesome. Speaking of, just found out I got her name right. It was Riley. 10 points to me. Congratulations, me. Thank you, me. Uh, so on the newspaper, it says things like Riley quits hockey, because that's what they care about in the emotion world. So apparently, Inside Out took a team of 45 animators to work on the movie, which was about half of the size of the previous Pixar films. And kudos to them, because they did a great job, like I said earlier. So on the first day of school, in that scene, the cool girl was wearing a skull shirt, which you may recognize from Sid from Toy Story. Go back and watch the movie to find that Easter egg. What is it with Disney and Easter eggs? I love the Easter eggs. I'm just, talking about it. Richard Kind, the voice of Bing Bong, was actually crying when he recorded the line, "Take her to the moon for me, Joy." I can't do that impression very well. I don't remember what Bing Bong even sounds like, but I remember that being horribly sad. And that was horribly sad. And, I'm not surprised that he was crying when he read that line because it was so sad. And maybe that even helped the movie feel so sad. Oh my God, I'm getting worked up thinking about it again. It was so sad. Anyway. So when the writers drew the six emotions, the writers originally drew the six emotions, the current five, but plus surprise. The character of surprise was eventually substituted for fear. So, yeah, because why is surprise isn't an emotion? Is it? I feel surprised. Yeah, I guess it's maybe an emotion, but it's not it's not like a permanent emotion. It's not something that you would feel longer than 2 seconds, So that's probably why they cut it. Because there's a whole range of emotions that they didn't include, but it's pretty much included with the 5 core emotions that they had: fear, anger, joy, sadness. Because it's weird that the emotion characters could feel emotions themselves. There was moments where joy was sad, and there was moments where sadness would cheer up, etc., etc. You get the point. So there was apparently also another Easter egg in there. There was apparently, speaking of Finding Nemo, there was a Finding Nemo reference in Imagination Land. So they were walking past the House of Cards, if you remember that. Hey, House of Cards. Yeah, that's a good show. I watched the first 2 episodes of House of Cards, and my mind was blown. It was so good, but I haven't gone back to watch any other episodes, and I don't know why that is. But anyway, going back to Inside Out, staying on track. So they were walking past the House of Cards, and there was a game box in the background that had a picture of Nemo on it, and the game was called Find Me. So, pretty much speaks for itself. Riley's San Francisco house has the address 21 Royal Street, which is the name of Disneyland's new restaurant, apparently. There's no actual 21 Royal Street in San Francisco, but there is a 21 Royal Lane, apparently. So, But yeah, Disney promoting other Disney stuff, as always. Disney loves their money. Disney loves their money. I just came up with that song. So, am I going to get royalties for that now? You're going to pay me for that? Okay. So apparently Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers was the voice behind the mind worker cop Jake. That doesn't surprise me at all, because Flea, although he is in Red Hot Chili Peppers, he's also, acted in some other things. Thing that comes to mind right off the bat is Back to the Future Part 2. He played Needles. He's the one that got Marty McFly Sr. fired from his job in the future. Because, Needles being Needles. He's all like, come on, McFly. Nobody's watching. Just swipe your card. I don't understand what the thing was. But he was trying to get Marty to swipe his card. And apparently that's a bad thing, I guess. But Marty was like, no, dude, I don't want to get fired, And Flea being, what's his name? I can't think of the character's name anymore. Needles. Flea being Needles. Man, two stellar names. He was all like, oh, come on, McFly. What are you, chicken? And then, of course, Marty was... Anyway, I'm supposed to be talking about Inside Out, yet here I am talking about Back to the Future again. So I'm going to try to focus now. I think if I could just stay focused, that'd be great. Okay, when an emotion interacts with the console, it gets tinted that color. That's a fun little animation fact. So, like when anger hit the emotion control switch board, it would turn red. When sadness would touch it, turn blue, joy, yellow, etc., etc. You get the point. Come on, you get the point. So apparently there was a deleted scene where Joy swims down the realm of unconsciousness. That sounds interesting as hell. I should bring back that for if they ever make a sequel, which I'm sure they probably will, because Disney and Pixar loves to make sequels. Because they love money, and sequels make money, and they don't care if films are good, except Inside Out was good, but they'll easily ruin it for $1. I don't know why I kind of sing things sometimes. Let me see. Inside Out 2. Let me Google that and see if maybe they're working on a thing. Oh, it comes up on IMDb. Inside Out 2 is a possibility at Pixar. Heard IMDb News. It's an upcoming Pixar coming out in June 2021, 2022. Wow, so that's a long ways away, but, animation movies take a while. I just hope it's good. Was Amy Poehler in Inside Out? I don't remember that. Who did she play in Inside Out? Oh, she was Joy? No way. Oh my god, I can't believe I did not know that. Well, congratulations, Amy Poehler. You had me fooled. Bill Hader was in it too? Oh my god, as Fear? I had no idea. Mindy Kaling from The Office and The Mindy Project. She was discussed, apparently. Had no idea on that either. Louis Black was Anger? Oh my god, wow. That was a great casting choice, too. Oh, Phyllis. Wait, her real name is Phyllis? Oh. I just know her as Phyllis from The Office, but apparently her real name is Phyllis, too. Anyway, Phyllis Smith was Sadness. I knew that one. I recognized her voice right away. That was a fantastic casting. I don't think anybody could have played Sadness better than she did. It was a fantastic casting choice. Oh, so Inside Out 2, I guess, is going to feature more emotions? Because right here on IMDb, it's saying Will Forte, under Inside Out 2, is playing the voice of Pride. There was no Pride in the first one. Kristen Wiig is going to be playing Laughter. Laughter, isn't that just part of Joy? Whatever. Sam Rockwell going to be playing Courage. Nicolas Cage going to be playing Brain. What in the heckin' heck? Something is going on around here. Anyway, in the early versions of the film, joy was paired with fear, not sadness. Okay, good. I did get sadness's name right. But yeah, so you know how Joy, freaking goes on that thing where she's lost and she's trying to get back to the headquarters, Apparently, she was going to be paired there with fear, not sadness. But they say that, it just really wasn't working. And, that happens all the time in movies where they switch things just because it doesn't work as well. Like, again, I'm going to talk about Back to the Future again. Like how in Back to the Future, they had originally cast Michael J. Fox, but they couldn't get him because he was busy with his TV show, so they recasted him as Eric Stoltz, and they shot a few scenes with Eric Stoltz as Marty McFly, but it just wasn't working out, so they fired they fired, what's his name, Eric Stoltz, and replaced him with Michael J. Fox. They ended up getting him in the end. Anyway, sometimes they do that in movies where they totally, despite taking, a hit to the budget, they do what's best for the movie. And I appreciate movies like that. Apparently, there was a camera shake used when Riley was sad or upset, which is interesting. I didn't notice that, but that's a good subtle touch. I like it a lot. I like it. The globe in Riley's classroom is the same model as seen in Toy Story. Hey, so there's another Easter egg for you guys. When Riley's dreams shift into nightmares, the film plays the theme music from Disneyland's Haunted Mansion ride. Ooh. That's Disney being Disney. Disney says, how can we tie this back to other Disney things? Because that just makes, people, at least on a subconscious level, want to go back and revisit other Disney things, which ends up making them more money. Oh, I didn't notice this either. Wow, that's another great subtle touch. Apparently, the console in the headquarters of Riley's brain gets bigger as Riley gets older. I did not notice that, but that is a great touch. Oh, no, wait, maybe I did notice that. Oh, yeah, well, I mean, I noticed that when, it was obvious that it got huge at the end there. Like it was in her mother's brain. With like the C shape sort of thing. Anyway, Joy apparently glows yellow, but if you look closely, she has a blue aura. This foreshadows her eventual acceptance of sadness. So there you go. And something I'm picking up on here, she also has blue hair, so, there's that. Because every other character has hair corresponding to their own, color. And I'm just noticing, yeah, so Disgust has green hair and green eyes. Anger has red hair and, well, no hair, but red body and red eyes. Sadness has blue hair and blue eyes because she's blue, which is another great touch, by the way, that she's blue, sad, hello. And Fear he doesn't have much hair, but the hair he does have is purple, and he also has purple eyes. But what I'm noticing now is that Joy, although she's yellow, she stands out. Well, she's like the main character, so that's probably why she stands out. But maybe there's something there about the sadness thing that they mentioned, because Joy, although she's yellow, she has blue hair and blue eyes. Weird. Anyway, so the movie apparently came out 2015. Racked in $857.6 million at the box office. It deserves it. It's got an 8.2 out of 10 on IMDb, 98% on Rotten Tomatoes, 94% Metacritic, 91% of Google users like this movie. I loved the movie. I give it a 10 out of 10. So my Rotten Tomatoes, 98%. You pretty much nailed it, dude. Director Peter Docter. Screenplay Peter Docter, Josh Cooley, and Meg Lefauve. Great job for you guys. Great job for you guys? No, great job, you guys. So it apparently won the Academy Award for the Best Animated Feature. All right, the Oscars got it right for once. Because I guarantee you that was the best animated movie of the year. It's probably the best animated movie of the decade, at least. It's pretty freaking good. Anywho's who out there has seen Incredibles 2? Not me. Yeah, I didn't really care about the first Incredibles, so why would I care about the second Incredibles over 10 years later? Yeah, I don't. I'm not going to see the... Anyways, talking about Inside Out. Stay focused, Kevin. So, Inside Out, great movie. Highly recommend it. 10 out of 10 in my book. You can, score that, take it to the bank. So, recently, it was Amazon Prime Day. Yes, Amazon Prime Day. And there were some killer deals, and one of which was Harry Potter on Blu-ray. All of them. All 8 movies for like $30. I bought it. I haven't seen any of the Harry Potter movies since the last one came out in theaters. And I'm kind of thinking about just watching them all and doing an episode per Harry Potter movie. I'm thinking about doing like a marathon sort of thing for Harry Potter for the podcast. What do you guys think about that? Because, I'm in between that and Marley and Me, because I haven't seen Marley and Me in a long time. I do know that I loved it, but I'm kind of feeling Marley and Me, actually. But, let me know what you guys think. Let me know your 2 cents on what the next episode should be. I could go either way between Marley and Me or the Harry Potter franchise, which would be 8 episodes in total because 8 movies. Anyway, so let me know what you think about that. We'll take a vote, and I'll do what you guys think. Because I'm here for you guys. I'm a people pleaser. So you can follow the podcast on Instagram at Kevin Talks Movies, or you can email the podcast at kevintalksmoviespodcast@gmail.com with any comments, questions, suggestions, concerns, or vote for what movie you want me to do next. I'm all for suggestions. Again, thinking about Marley and Me or Harry Potter, but you guys know that because I've said it like 500 times. But yeah, so follow the podcast on Instagram, email the podcast if you want. You could do both. I actually prefer that you do both, but that's up to you. Anyway, I will see you next week.